It's kind of a psychonaut
Yeah.
practice. It is, without the psychedelics.
Hmm.
And that was exactly what brought me into it. I was in particular intrigued with this experience, which the Pali Canon refers to as
Yes.
jhana. There's four jhanas,
Hmm.
and they're extremely deep states of concentration that are described as extraordinarily blissful, better than sex. And the Buddha was actually in the fourth jhana when he attained to nirvana.
Hmm.
So the Buddha taught the jhanas. They are an integral part of the original Buddhist teachings. And like I said, the Buddha was in the fourth jhana when he attained. And there's very few monasteries that actually practice jhana. Jhana has basically been supplanted by like the mindfulness movement,
Hmm.
where everyone just kind of notes whatever arises in their mind. It's very passive. You just
Yeah.
kind of allow things to come and allow things to go.
Hmm.
Jhana practice is a lot more active. You actually are manipulating your breath energy and kind of moving it around actively in ways that allow you to sort of build the jhanic
Hmm.
state. It's a very active process. It's completely different than what most American Buddhist teachers teach. And this is how I ended up at the monastery that I ended up at, was that this was a one of the only monasteries in the world, actually, that teaches jhana.
Hmm.
And so I was looking to experience this state of concentration. That's what it was all about
Hmm.
for me. And then I did.
Wow.
And it's real. And it's
Could you
crazy.
describe that
It's
in more depth?
crazy.
I'm really interested in to hear what it's like.
Yeah. So so basically the way it works is you have to have super sensitivity to your own proprioception. You have to be aware of the inner subtle energies moving throughout your body.
Hmm.
So like for example, my right hand, I'm aware of what it feels like for my right hand to be in space right now. Like I can feel
Hmm.
blood and the physical matter of my hand here in space, and I'm thinking about it.
Hmm.
So that would be an example of proprioception. So the way you get into jhana is you have to develop sensitivity to proprioception all throughout your body, and then you have to start molding it like clay.
Hmm.
And you do that through breath meditation. They call it breath energy because when you breathe in and when you breathe out, you can feel that proprioception activating in different parts of the body very prominently. A
Hmm.
very common locus of the breath energy would be like in the middle of the brain or at the tip of the nose or in the sternum, or even like really anywhere. And so the way jhana works is you slowly bring different parts of your body online by just becoming aware of them. Like first your arms, then your legs, then your arms and your legs together, then your torso. And that takes, when you get really good at it, you can do it in just a few minutes. But let's say it takes you 15 minutes to like bring your arms and legs online, and then another 10 to really loosen up your body and become aware of the breath energy in the
Hmm.
body. And then finally in your head. What jhana is when you become sensitive to the breath energy in the full body all at the same time.
Hmm.
And then even though it's spread out, you have these multiple focal points that you're aware of.
Hmm.
They become one focal point. And then when the sense of the full body becomes so contiguous and so uh, 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 broad and full that you can actually focus on it as one unified focal point, and then you absorb into that. The mind absorbs into that, and it's like an ultra focused yet ultra expansive kind of concentration. And there's a very distinct, like you could think of it like a dropping in of the mind. Like imagine your mind as a skateboarder, and your mind kind of, once you snap into this, you kind of drop in, and it's like boop, and your whole consciousness, like it kind of goes boop, and then it expands.
Hmm.
And meanwhile, your eyes are closed, and you get this experience of like, it kind of feels like you just took morphine, right?
Okay.
Except you're not on morphine, and it's just this morphine cloud that you're focused on, and you have to be super careful to remain focused on it, but it's kind of stable. Like, it doesn't take that much energy to stay focused on
Mhm.
it. The hardest part is getting into it. Once you're into it, it's relatively stable, and then you can hold it, and that would be like the first jhana.
Mhm.
And then you keep refining it and letting parts of that, like, there's still some coarseness in that concentration, and you essentially refine it, and then the second jhana, and then you refine it even more, and that's the third jhana, and then you refine it even more, and then now it's like this ultra refined state of concentration that's so ultra focused that you can actually use it to have insight that leads to nibbana.
Mhm.
And that's kind of the whole strategy of the Buddhist practice, is to sharpen your concentration through by doing jhana practice, and then using that concentration to have meditative insight, which they call panya, which translates to like insight or
Mhm.
wisdom.
Wow, that was fascinating. Yeah. I need to
Yeah.
try to find somewhere where I can learn how to do this stuff.